So the last part of our template here, we need to address the upper lefts. And for the upper lefts, what we're going to do is actually create a series of radio buttons so the producer can just click on a button and choose which upper left they want to use. So to begin, I'm going to add a panel here, and I'm just going to come down here and put the panel right here. And again, we don't need the caption, so I'm just going to delete the caption. First thing I want to do here is to add a radio button. So I'm going to go ahead and click a radio button. Now we're going to give them 4 choices. This first one is going to be the upper left off. So in the caption here, I'm just going to type in upper left off, and I hit enter, and now you can see that it changed that little caption right there. I'm also going to add another radio button, and I'm just going to change this caption to our first option for them, which is breaking news. So I'll go ahead and type that in. Now I'm just going to start with that. So the first one here, what I want to do is basically connect these radio buttons to this Olmo control here. And to do that, I'm going to highlight my first radio button, and I'm going to create an event for it. Here on the on click, I'm going to come in here and give it some type of name, UL off, and I'll click enter. And what it does is actually starts a new subroutine within our script editor. So within this script, I need to say that if this radio button is checked, then this Olmo control should equal 0. And to do that, I just need to get the name of this radio button, and I'll click on the All tab, and it says TDW Uni Radio Button 1, so I can copy this if I want. And I also need the name of this Olmo control, which is T-Drag Edit 2. So these are the 2 components that I'll need to know as far as naming conventions. So now I can start writing my script. And I'm just going to say if TD Uni Radio Button 1, which is this, our first one, dot checked equals true, then our Olmo control, which is T-Drag Edit 2, dot text equals 0. And we'll say end if. So before we test it, we're going to do this once again with this breaking news, and I'm just going to click on the radio button. I'm going to go to the events, and this time I'm going to give it another name. I'll call this one UL breaking news. Then it creates another routine here. So I need to know the name of this radio button. I click on it, I go into the all tab, and here it says the name is radio button 2. So I'll just copy that, come back into our script, and I'm just going to start again, and I'm going to say if TD radio button dot 2 checked equals true, then our Olmo control, which is T drag edit 2 dot text equals 1, end if. Now we're going to just go ahead and test this and make sure we're on the right track. So if I go into the run mode, bring up artist as well. If I hit the upper left off, I hit play, it should not come on the screen. And then if I change it to breaking news, I hit play, you can see that comes on. Also, when we select these 2 things, you can see it changing here in the Olmo, and that also lets you know that your script is working. So let's go back and add the rest of the radio buttons. So what we'll do is click on the radio button, we'll come into the panel, we'll add another radio button. I'm going to change the caption here. I'll change the caption here to live, since this is our live option, and I'll hit enter. Now I need to create an event for this one too, so I'll come into the on click, name it UL live, hit enter, and then it creates another routine here in our script, and this is where we have to start typing. So I need to know the name of this radio button. If I click on it and go into the all column, we have TW Uni Radio Button 3. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that, go back into the script. So here I'm going to start typing. I'll just say if TW Uni Radio Button 3 dot checked equals true, then our Olmo control, which is T drag edit 2 dot text, should equal 2. And then we'll type it and if. So we'll go ahead and add the last radio button here. So I'll click on the radio button, click it on the panel, and I'm going to change this caption to on location. And again, once more, I need to make an event. So I'm going to go to on click, and we'll call this one UL on location. I hit enter, and then it creates a new subroutine. So from here, I just need to know the name of this radio button. I go to the all tab, radio button 4, so I can go ahead and just copy that. And back in my script, I'm going to start by typing if and we'll paste td radio button 4 dot checked equals true. Then our OMO control, which is t drag edit 2 dot text equals 3, and we'll end if. So now we should go back and test it and just make sure all of this stuff works. So we'll go into the run mode, bring up artist as well, and as we click through our upper lefts here, you can see that it changes the OMO. So if I hit play, it shouldn't come up when it's off. I can go down to breaking news, click play, that one comes up. Live, we'll test out, that one comes up, and on location comes up as well. So the functionality is there. Now what we just left with is some basic housekeeping. So I had these two things left over here, at location and name, not using them at all, so I can just delete them. Now I want to line up these radio buttons, so I'm going to go ahead and select the first one, hold down shift, select all of these together, and if I right click on these, what I can do is actually align these. So I can go to align, and I'm going to say align left sides, and that aligns them all up. Now beyond that, another thing that we want to do too is that when they click on these different radio buttons, we should have a visual representation of what it's going to look like in the template. So we can add some images into here. Now within Artist, I've already gone ahead and taken snapshots of each one of my little upper lefts. So I have all of them ready to go to be used within the template. If you haven't already done so, you can take some snapshots, rescale them, and size them to the size accordingly that you like, and we'll be able to use them within the template. So back in Template Wizard, what we're going to do is use this little static image again. So I'm going to go ahead and click on here, and it adds a little image. So we'll go ahead and right click, we'll say edit image, and first thing that I want is the breaking news tab, so I'm going to click OK. Now I'm just going to resize this a bit, and we're just going to keep that one right there. So now we need to do additional programming to turn this thing on or off relating to these particular buttons. So if I click on my image, and over here it says name is image 4. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy that name because we're going to need it within this script. So where I'm going to first start is with this upper left off. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight that, and let's go into the subroutine where that is. So this is the upper left off subroutine right here. So I'm going to add some additional code within here to hide this image if the upper left off is checked. So I know the name of it, and I'm just going to go ahead and copy that, and we'll just say visible equals false. Now we'll also need to do that for all the other radio buttons too. So this breaking news one, we need to add some code within here that says the image should be active when we select the breaking news. So again, I'm going to come into our breaking news subroutine. I'm just going to control paste the name of our image, and we'll say visible equals true. And then we'll move down to these other ones, and if our upper left live is selected, then our image 4 visibility should be false. And then for the last one as well, our image 4 dot visibility should equal false if that one is selected. So we can test it out real quick. We'll go into run mode, and everything is selected. So that one's off when it is selected. We go to breaking news, that turns it on. We go to live, that turns it off. We go to on location, it shouldn't be there. So we go to back to breaking news, and it shows. So let's do that for the additional images here. So we're going to go ahead and add another static image. We're going to go to the edit image, and we're going to add the live button. So we'll click OK, and here we'll just resize this as well. Now the name of this one is image 5, so I'm going to go ahead and copy that one, and we'll go back into our script and start adding this one as well. So here our upper left off, we know our image 5 visible should be false as well. And for breaking news, our image 5 visibility should be false. In our live subroutine, our image 5.visible should be true. And then in our last radio button here, our image 5 visible equals false as well. Now we got one more image to add, so we'll go ahead, come back into the template, use this static image again. We're going to create one more time, another image. So we'll navigate to where we have it. Here's our on location image. We'll click OK. We'll just resize this one as well. And the name of this one is image 6. So we'll go ahead and copy that. Now we'll add this into our code as well. So starting with our upper left off, we'll need to come in here and say image 6.visible equals false. We'll come down to our breaking news, and we'll say our image 6.visible equals false. Under our live button, this image should again equal false. And then for our last image, we need to say that this image 6.visible equals true. So let's go ahead and test this once more. We'll go into the run mode and we'll come through our different buttons here. Upper left, it's off. Breaking news should say breaking news. Live should say live. On location should say on location. So one last step that we may want to do when we go into the run mode, what we're seeing here are these two OMO switches. We probably don't want to show them within the template because it could confuse people. So what we'll do is come back into our edit mode. Here we're going to highlight our OMO control, and down at the very bottom in our all tab, we have a visible, which is checked. I'm going to uncheck that, and I'm going to do the same for our other OMO control. I'm going to uncheck the visible. And once we go back into the run mode here, those two options are now invisible. So from here, again, it's just a matter of housekeeping. Like if you wanted to, for instance, change the color of this panel, you could always do that. We can highlight the panel, and we have different button face colors here that we can add. So if you wanted to make it a little bit gray, we could do that. If you want to change the caption font, we could do that. We could highlight this particular one. We say font color we could change. So we have a little drop down list. If we wanted to change the color to white, we could do that, or even change the different size of the font. So if you change the font, then again, you just may need to rearrange the sizing of it as well. So once the template is set up, and once the template is set up with all the correct functionality, what you can do is just basically kind of trim the excess here by making the outer edges the size of the template. And then from there, what you do is just go to File, Save, and that template will now be saved.